What does it really take to completely reverse someone's life mission? I mean, a full 180-degree turn. Today, we're exploring one of history's most dramatic U-turns, a story about a divine interruption that turned a movement's greatest enemy into its most powerful champion. And we're getting it all from a first-hand account in Acts chapter 22.
So we're jumping right into the climax, with the one question that really sparked it all. Just imagine for a second. You are on a mission, you are absolutely convinced you're in the right, and then a voice from heaven stops you dead in your tracks with this question. It's personal, it's direct, and as this account tells it, it changes absolutely everything.
So who was on the receiving end of this question? A guy named Saul of Tarsus. And look, he wasn't just some critic of the early Christian movement, he was its most feared enforcer. His whole mission, which he was convinced was God's work, was to hunt down and completely dismantle this new faith, one person at a time.
And make no mistake, this guy wasn't some rogue vigilante. The account is crystal clear. He was fully authorized, commissioned by the highest religious authorities. He had the paperwork, he had the legal backing to just unleash his campaign. His goal was singular and basically state-sanctioned: destroy this emerging church.
But on that road to Damascus, his official mission hits a wall. A literal, blinding wall of light. This wasn't some slow change of heart or a philosophical debate he had. No, this was a direct, supernatural, and total shutdown of his entire operation.
So here's how the account breaks it all down. It's high noon, right? The sun is at its absolute brightest. But then, a light from heaven, described as brighter than the sun, just erupts around Saul. The shock and the force are so intense, he's thrown to the ground. And in that moment of blindness and confusion, a voice speaks directly to him. And when Saul asks who's speaking, the reply is incredibly specific. I am Jesus the Nazarene. Now think about that name for a second. It's not some glorious kingly title. It was a common, almost dismissive label at the time. By using it, the voice is making a really powerful point. He's identifying not just with his earthly ministry, but with the very followers that Saul was hunting down.
The immediate aftermath of this divine encounter is just a profound and total reversal of Saul's status. I mean, the man who showed up with all this power and authority is instantly stripped of both.
This creates such an unforgettable image, right? Saul, the guy who arrived with letters of authority, is now totally blinded by the light and has to be led by the hand into the very city he came to terrorize. His physical blindness becomes this perfect symbol of his spiritual blindness. The hunter is now helpless, and that humiliation is really the first step toward true humility.
Now Saul doesn't just stumble into a new faith on his own. The divine plan keeps rolling with the arrival of a key figure, a man named Ananias. And his arrival is so strategic, it's clearly designed to validate everything that just happened. The choice of Ananias was just strategically brilliant. For the Jewish crowd listening to this story, his credentials were just unimpeachable. He was known as devout by the standard of the law and respected by everyone. This means the person validating Saul's supernatural experience wasn't some outsider, but one of their own, which makes the whole story pretty much impossible to just dismiss.
So with this credibility established, Ananias approaches the most feared persecutor of the church, and he greets him with two simple words. Brother Saul. Can you just imagine the power of that? It's not a greeting of judgment, but of complete acceptance. It's an invitation into the very family he had tried to destroy. The persecutor is now called brother.
Ananias is there for more than just healing Saul's blindness, though. He's there to deliver Saul's new mission, a mandate appointed directly by God. The life of persecution is officially over. A life of proclamation is just about to begin.
And there it is, the new mission, all laid out in one sentence. This is the core mandate given to the man who was once its greatest enemy. And the scope of it is what's so stunning. To all people. His mission is no longer to persecute one group, but to be a witness to everyone of what he has personally seen and heard.
And finally, this internal transformation gets sealed with a set of public actions. Ananias urges him to get up, be baptized, and in doing so, publicly identify with the very name he once tried so hard to destroy. The change is now officially complete. So,
What does this incredible account really leave us with? Well, it's a powerful testament to personal experience for one. It's also a call to be a witness to what we've seen and heard. And above all, it's a story about how even the most dangerously misguided passion can be completely redeemed and redirected for good.
Paul's story is the ultimate example of a life completely redirected by a divine interruption. And that really leaves us with a compelling question to think about for ourselves.